Namaste, it's Prakash. In many of the conversations I have with many people whom I meet as part of my profession, one question that invariably comes up at the end: how to be happy? The world is so stressful, it's impossible to be happy in this life with so much happening around. Invariably, I ask them just one question: what can you control in your life? The input or the output? Unless you are God, it's almost impossible for anyone to say. Of course, to be whimsical, to satisfy one's ego, you can say that you can control the output. It's not a defeatist attitude, it's more a practical attitude that whatever be the input, what comes out is not in our control. It may be close to what we would have had in mind when we started the work, but it can never be exact. Who would have predicted 6 months ago the kind of pandemic that the world will go through with so many brilliant minds and intelligent people and people who claim that they can exactly predict the output or what's going to happen? How did we all miss it? Like that, we can cite several examples. For example, if you are a mother or a spouse, you make a meal, whether people like it or not, is surely not in your hands. But what is surely in your hands is what we call as the inputs, the efforts. The dish that you want to make today, you can decide. The recipe behind it, what kind of ingredients to put in, is something that you can decide. What kind of taste, what kind of effort, how much love to put into the making is something that we can decide. If you are a student, the same is true. You can decide the efforts in terms of the number of hours that you would study, the quality of your study, the intensity of your study. If you are a professional, the same is true. If you are making a sales call or working with a client or working towards making a product, at best you can give are the highest of your efforts, the inputs. The output to great extent is not in your hands. While the world loves to work on results and outputs, what the world can surely do is to focus on the inputs, because it is from the inputs that outputs generate. It is also one way to ensure that you remain happy, because when you externalize happiness, you are putting a lot of ifs and buts, and conditional happiness does not exist. When you internalize happiness, there is a great wisdom when people say, please internalize happiness. Look for it inside, not outside. The wisdom behind, in my view, is that it is the efforts which make you happy. If someone doesn't like the output, it's okay. If you don't get the output that you had in mind, it's okay. You can always go for another chance. Nature has eternal time. It gives us repeatedly chances for us to go back and do a better job. If you look at sculptors, you look at artists, they take enormous time in producing a masterpiece. Sometimes it runs into years. If someone had told them, you have to finish it within a week, many of the masterpieces that you see in the world today wouldn't have come up. Does it mean that we should not think of the results at all? While it is alright to think of the results, to set a goal so that you know where you want to go, even in a very normal situation like meditation, getting up on time, meditating as you have been told, living the day according to 10 maxims, doing the cleaning in the evening, following whatever is prescribed is something in our hands. If we continue to expect the master or the guru to give you what you want, in all probability you're going to be disappointed. No wonder gurus tell you, expect not. thou shalt not be disappointed. So, coming back to the question that I started with, the only and true happiness comes from giving the best version of yourself. If you're playing a cricket match, give the best. While your aim is to win, what you can do at best at that point of time is to play the ball on merit or bowl the ball on merit, field the ball on merit. The same is true for any other sport. The same is true for personal life. The same is true for professional life. The same is true for spiritual life. At best, we can control the inputs. The outputs are not in our hands. If you want to be happy, be the best version in giving the inputs. Let those who are in charge, God, Guru, Master, worry about the output because it's a combination of samskaras and so many other factors which we don't even yet fully understand or comprehend. Why bother? Live life like children where they really don't care about what happens because they know the parents or someone there will take care of them. If you bring the same attitude, what we had once, the attitude of innocence, the attitude of not expecting, happiness under all circumstances is guaranteed. Isn't it worth something thinking about? Thank you.